Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new around here, howdy. Welcome, new friends. Today I am really excited. We're going to kick off a new segment called Save or Splurge. This is hopefully going to be a very interactive segment. You guys, I would love it if you could comment down below. What are some things that you want to know when to save and when to splurge? Sometimes it's really hard to decide whether it's worth it to spend a little extra money. Maybe it's, more of a quality, high quality product. And then sometimes it's like, why would I spend so much money on this when I could get it for super cheap? So that's kind of what this segment is all about. Just a quick update on my no spend month. If you're following me on Instagram, you know that I started the month of March with a no spend month. It's actually going really well. I feel like because I'm doing the no spend month this month, the entire month is going by super slow for some reason. It's like making it extra challenging. But for example, yesterday I was about to shoot this video and my phone isn't working and I'm freaking out, panicking. The new iPhones are like $1,000. I'm in the middle of my no spend and I call Sprint, and then they merged with T-Mobile. So I go to T-Mobile and try to just like merge my account over to T-Mobile from Sprint. And he kind of brings up the pricing, and he's like, well, okay, so for the phone, it's gonna be like $25 or whatever a month, and then on top of the new plan, so it was basically gonna bring my my cell phone bill up to $90 when I'm only paying $56 a month for what I'm on right now. So needless to say, I was annoyed, and the old me would have just right then and there like, okay, I guess I just got to do it. But the new me on my new spend, I'm so proud of myself. I was just like, you know what, let me just go home and think about this. I gotta weigh out my options. This was way over. I thought I was just under warranty and I was just gonna get like a new phone, maybe have to spend a little bit of money for them to, because even when you're under warranty, you usually have to spend a little money for like taxes and fees or whatever. So I go home and I have this feeling. I had not too long ago gotten a VPN for my laptop because I've been working from home, and I put it on my phone as well. And I had this feeling that the VPN was kind of effing up my phone. So I disconnected the VPN from my phone, and what do you know? All my apps are working again and everything's just peachy keen. So there you go. I mean, that's something that I did a no spend year last year, and I think just over the years of budgeting and being very aware of my money, what's coming in, what's going out, I was able to just kind of stop, pause, and not panic, and just, well, I panicked a little, but like I was able to just do what I needed to do and figure it out, and I fixed it. It fixed itself. So I literally would have just ended up spending so much money getting this new phone when I really didn't have to. So that's why I'm all about the no spend month challenges or the no spend year. I do have a video on that. I will put the link in the description for you if you want to check that out. That's just kind of a side note. I think I'm not really sure where I was going with that. Anywho, so today, the segment today, Save or Splurge, we're gonna be exploring clothing options, and specifically the topics of sustainable fashion, clothing subscriptions, and designer clothing. So let's kick things off with sustainable fashion. So I'm a huge fan of sustainable fashion for multiple reasons. You can probably guess what I'm going to say about this topic, but in general, if a brand or clothing label is sustainable, it just means that they're doing their part to reduce their carbon footprint, which we love. This could mean that they're using recycled materials for their pieces. This could mean that they have zero to limited plastic use, like for their packaging. And then they also maybe offer recycling services for their customers or the general public, like H&M has been doing this thing where you can bring in your old clothing, whether it's usable for resale or not. Like they'll just take the material, the fabric, and then they'll I don't know if they do it or if they have it's like a third party situation, but you can drop that off and then you get 15% to use on new clothing when you shop there. So I mean, that's a very small way to be sustainable, but every little bit helps. Because these businesses are doing their part and making the environment a priority, I think that's reason enough to splurge on any brand, clothing label, whatever, fashion designer that is a sustainable company. I say splurge. Another reason is because a lot of these companies are, there's usually smaller businesses. So when you are shopping and you're spending money, that money is going to somebody probably in your local community. It's going, it's going around in your local economy, and you're supporting somebody's actual life and just their, basic necessities. It's not just it's going to some giant CEO of some big company, to their Ferrari fund. So it's just all around. It's, good for the environment. You need clothes, they need customers, the environment wins, they win, you win, everybody wins. Also, if you think long term, when you're buying from sustainable companies that are using recycled materials, or the materials that they're using are environmentally friendly, they're usually just a better, stronger material, fabric, higher quality, so it's gonna last you a long time. I used to shop at a lot of fast fashion, and that was just I could wear it maybe a couple times before it would literally unravel or shrink in the wash or whatever, and I'd have to go out and buy it again. So it's yeah, you might be spending $5 on a t-shirt, but if you have to go and rebuy that same t-shirt every couple months, you might as well just spend a little bit extra and get a really high quality material t-shirt that you can wear for years and years. So sustainable fashion, go ahead, thumbs up, go ahead and splurge on that. Okay, so moving on to clothing subscriptions. I have done at least 3 different clothing subscriptions, and for someone like me who does YouTube and back in the day when we used to be able to go out and have events and stuff, I would go to red carpet events and parties and all kinds of fun stuff where I'd be photographed a lot, and so I didn't really necessarily want to rewear the same outfit, the same dress every time. So for me, and if you're in a similar situation, clothing subscriptions are a gift from the universe. I'm actually going to be doing a video on wardrobe capsules. It's kind of a lot, so that's why it's taking so long, because it's a whole process because of I'll explain in the video, but it's just a process. But so for those of you who don't like to rewear stuff, I'll have a video coming out for that soon. Also, I did a whole video on clothing subscriptions. I'll put the link to that video in the description as well. But honestly, if you're on a budget and it's not something that this is going to break the bank and keep you from putting food on the table that month, like go ahead. I think splurge a little bit. And there's also a lot of clothing subscriptions that, you know, if you refer, there's referral links. So if you refer to friends and family, you know, you can get like a free month. So there's ways to do it, even if you're kind of saving, or like budgeted clothing subscription options as well. So it doesn't have to necessarily be super, super pricey. Okay, and so last but not least, designer clothing. I know there's a lot of people who are really big designer label fans. I was watching an episode of, or like the whole series, but this show called Yummy Mummies, and one of the mummies, or like the honorary mummies, she was like, I only buy designer clothes for my baby. And I mean, whatever's clever, whatever works for you. She obviously was very wealthy, but if you're not super wealthy, I just, for the most part, this is just my personal opinion, I think that unless you are buying designer clothes that are like collector's items, and then you know, for sure you'll be able to like resell them, and you know, they're gonna be worth something in the future. Like you can sell them on eBay or something and they'll be worth like, you know, double or triple. I think designer clothing is a huge waste of money. So I would say like save, not really a thumbs down, but like save on designer clothing if you really want to have designer labels for your clothing and accessories. I would shop at secondhand places like The Real and Luxury Garage Sale. If you have any favorites, let me know in the comments below, because I am curious. Like I would like to have some more like, you know, nicer, because a lot of the designer, it is like, you know, higher quality fabric. It's not always sustainable, but you know, it does last you a longer period of time. Not always, but sometimes. And so yeah, and then just for other people, if you're curious, list in the comments below some secondhand luxury websites and apps and such that you like to shop at. So that's it for this save or splurge episode. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a little something from it. Let me know your favorite clothing saves and splurges in the comments below, and be sure to give this video a like for the YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like this type of content. I will see you in the next video.